guys, Fabian here. So this week is a phenomenal week. We got the Force Awakens out on Blu-ray, and I got this cover at Best Buy. It's a nice steel book. You can see it. Kylo Ren on the front. You've got Captain Phasma on the back. Go buy it. And on top of that, we also got a trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, which I have not seen yet, and you guys are going to watch it with me for my first time. So let's do this.
State your name for the record.
Jin Urso.
Forgery of imperial documents, possession of stolen property, aggravated assault, resisting arrest.
On your own from the age of 15. Reckless, aggressive, and
Ooh,
undisciplined.
Mon Mothma.
This is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel.
We have a mission for you. A major weapons test is imminent. We need to know what it is and how to destroy it.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Oh, classic alarm.
What will you do when they catch you? What will you do if they break you? If you continue to fight?
Oh shit.
What will you become?
Okay. That was awesome. Star Wars is back. Again. So, wow. Okay, so I have to take this in and compose myself, because I'm, ridiculously excited. I watched the trailer about 5 more times. My excitement level was up here, so I had to bring it down here a bit so I can actually talk about it. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Actually, I don't know anybody that likes it as much as I do, at least personally. It's unhealthy. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I mean, look at this ridiculousness. Look. Almost life-size Stormtrooper. TIE Fighter. Star Wars laptop. Star Wars mouse. Star Wars mousepad. Star Wars toys and Blu-rays. Oh yeah, and a plastic trophy showing that I won Star Wars trivia. Anyways, let's talk about this thing. Here it looks like we've got our main rebel character, Jin Urso. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. At the beginning of the trailer here, looks like you're seeing her walking into the... Pretty sure that's the rebel base from A New Hope. I mean, it looks just like it with the temple surroundings and whatnot. And it looks like she's going to be an ass kicker, honestly. I'm assuming she's the one that leads the group that's going to be stealing the Death Star plans. And from this picture right here, she's wearing an Imperial uniform. She might dress up as some kind of Imperial soldier and steal the plans that way. We'll see. But so far, she looks like a really interesting character. One thing I do like is she doesn't just feel like a copy and paste of Rey from The Force Awakens. Rey was very Rey wanted to be very hands-off. She didn't want to be involved in this situation. And in the trailer, this character, she is involved head first, or so it appears that way. Mon Mothma looks great. It's a nice surprise having a character back from the classic trilogy. I mean, if you forgot who she is, you can find her in Return of the Jedi. She's talking to the rebels about the second Death Star. They did a great job casting a lookalike. They really did. And speaking of classic characters, could this be Biggs Darklighter? If you don't remember who he is, in A New Hope, he was Luke Skywalker's childhood friend who, I mean, sadly, he did not make it because Darth Vader killed him during the Death Star attack. So, I don't know if that's him, but he's got the mustache, he's got an overall similar look to him, and it would make sense story-wise, so that's going to be interesting to find out, too. Not too sure who this character is, so I don't have too much to say about him. I mean, his uniform makes it look like he's some sort of imperial governor of some sort. I'm assuming he's going to be the main villain, if you will, of the movie. We'll see who he is. You also see him in this scene here. It's almost like he's looking over an area immediately after a battle. I'm sure we'll find out more about him in one of the next trailers. There's also an awesome-looking black stormtrooper of some sort. So the black uniform and the shoulder pad, it implies he's some sort of commando or elite stormtrooper. We'll see what the movie or the action figures label him as. I'm sure he's not really going to be an important character. I think it's just going to be one of the grunts, one of the soldiers you see in one scene. But yeah, the uniform's badass. Yes, that's a fact. And the hooded figure here, I'm wondering if that's Darth Vader, because I'm pretty sure he's going to show up in this movie. I didn't expect him in the first trailer. They've never shown him in a hood before, at least not after the suit came on. After the actual Darth Vader suit, he never had a hood. He always had the cape, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on that too. My favorite part of the trailer by far is this shot. It reminds me of something right out of Saving Private Ryan. I mean, it really gives the movie this military feel to it. So A+ on that shot. That was awesome. And I think the real main character in this movie is going to be the Death Star. We've seen all the little touches and clues to a Death Star being planned all the way back in episode 2. And in episode 3, one of the very last shots in the movie, you see the actual skeleton of the Death Star getting put together. And now it just flows beautifully into Rogue One, where we see the final piece being put together for the Death Star. And we all know what that thing does once it's up and ready. Now let's talk real quick on why this movie even exists anyways. It's not just a movie about how the Death Star was put together. I mean, the story is going to revolve around a small group of rebels having to steal the blueprints, the plans for the Death Star that eventually do expose its weakness. We all know that somehow the plans get to Princess Leia. She hides them in R2-D2, which sends Darth Vader into a rage because he can't find the stolen plans.
Done with those plans.
We intercepted no transmissions. This is a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission.
Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
R2-D2 ends up getting them to the rebel base. They find the weakness.
Is only 2 meters wide. It's a small thermal exhaust port right below the main port. The shaft leads directly to the reactor system. A precise hit will start a chain reaction which should destroy the station.
And Luke blows the whole thing up. So if you've seen the movies and you don't remember all the little details, hopefully that helps you understand what we're getting in December in the theaters. So now we're going to go ahead and put everything into perspective here. This is the Star Wars universe as it stands right now, starting with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, of course. That is followed by Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and the Clone Wars movie and animated series, which fills in the gap after Episode 2. And then Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which closes off that series and the prequel trilogy of movies. Now, if we take a look at the time period after Episode 3, we're going to find about a 19-year gap of time between 3 and 4. At this point in time, the Jedi are pretty much extinct, and the galaxy is at the complete mercy of the Empire. And this is the time period that Obi-Wan refers to as the Dark Times in A New Hope when he was talking to Luke in his hut.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
As of right now, we don't have any movies that really fill in that time period. So we've got the Star Wars Rebels animated series that fills in this time gap pretty well. Rogue One fits nicely right by Star Wars Rebels. These two are taking place around the same time. So after Rogue One, that's when the classic trilogy starts. So we've got Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. We've got Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Well, that's all I've got for you for now. I hope you liked the video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. And remember to comment below, too. Were you as excited I was about the trailer? What's your favorite Star Wars movie? What's your least favorite? I think I know what everyone's going to say for that one, but let's see. Well, anyways, till next time, guys.